شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون.
يشد ضياه أبصاره وأبدانا فيا بشرى إذا ما ضمنا سعدون وشهر الله بالخيرات وافانا وشهر الله بالخيرات وافانا.
Imam Hassan is our second Imam. He was born in Medina on the 15th of Ramadan. He is the son of Imam Ali and Fatima Zahra. Imam Hassan is the grandson of Rasulullah. On the day he was born, the whole world was smiling. He was a guide to Islam, bright and shining. The Prophet asked Allah for a name to reveal. Imam Hassan's name came from heaven by Jibreel. Imam Hassan looked just like our Prophet. Their faces were alike. His face was warm as gold and his hair as dark as night. The children of Fatima were the Prophet's gem. He once said that they are from me and I'm from them.
A man says, I entered Medina, I was hungry. I saw this man walking. I said to him, excuse me, oh man, do you mind if I come and eat some food at your house? I don't have anywhere to eat. The man said, you're more than welcome, but I have a son who lives down there. Why don't you go to him? He said, well, now that I've seen you, I prefer to eat at your house. He said, I entered his house to eat with him, but this man, all he was eating was dry bread. You know who it is. All he was eating was dry bread. And I'm getting this bread, I'm trying to break it without showing him, and I can't break it. He said to him, excuse me, oh man, where was your son's house again? He said, oh, it's the one there. He went, he had a brilliant meal at Imam Hassan's house. Then Imam Hassan looked at him, he said, who sent you here? He said, I don't know, this man, he lives down the road from you. He said, what does his house look like? He said, like this. He said, what does he look like? He explained. He said, what was he eating? He said, he has dry bread. Doesn't eat anymore. He said, so why did he send you here? He said, you will not find anyone as generous as my son. He said, what a father I have. What a father, like Ali ibn Abi Talib. Amir al-Mu'mineen used to say, nobody embodies knowledge like my son, Imam al-Hassan. You want my knowledge, go and ask him any question. And that's why one day a group of Romans came to Muawiyah. And when these Romans came to Muawiyah, they said, you claim to be the Caliph of God? He said, yes, I am Amir al-Mu'mineen. Even though in the treaty it said you can't call yourself Amir al-Mu'mineen, he called himself. They said, we have some questions to ask you. He said, what are they? They said, what is the distance between the heavens and the earth? And what's the distance between right and wrong? And what is a neuter gender? And which existence came without a mother and father? And which 10 things one is harder than the other? Muawiyah looked at them and he said, I have not got a clue what you're talking about. Go to Hassan and ask him. The Romans went to Imam Hassan, they said, we have some questions. He said, go ahead. He said, what is the distance between the heavens and the earth? Imam Hassan said, the cry of an oppressed person in dua. So what's the distance between right and wrong? Imam Hassan said, 4 fingers between the ears and the eyes. What you see, what you hear in the ears must be verified by the eyes. He said, which animals were born without a mother and father? Or which humans were born without a mother and father as well? Animals and humans. He said, Adam, Eve, the sheep in the story of Ibrahim, the snake in the story of Musa, the crow who buried Adam, who buried Habil and Qabil. He said these were all born without a mother and father. And the camel of Prophet Salih alayhi salam. No mother, no father. They said to him, which 10 things one is harder than the other? He said, stone is hard, iron breaks the stone, fire melts the iron, water extinguishes fire. The clouds carry water, the wind blows the clouds, an angel controls the wind. The angel of death overpowers the angel who controls wind. Death overpowers the angel of death, and Allah overpowers death because He is the living that does not die. And these Romans all came towards the religion of Islam. In terms of his knowledge, his generosity, his morals, there is none like Al-Hassan ibn Ali. None.
Today is your birthday, how little of you we have spoke. Let us not forget that you are one of those beneath the Prophet's cloak. Let us remember Imam Hassan with Hussain, they are the masters of youth. If we follow their path, we will always find truth.
يا صبط المختار نار فراقك نار والعاقل محتار طال البعد طال البعد طال
يا صبط المختار نار فراقك نار والعاقل محتار طال البعد طال البعد طال
خذ قلبي ورويه كافي لا تخليه من حبك اعطيه يا عشقك تكتار يا عشقك تكتار
خذ قلبي ورويه كافي لا تخليه من حبك اعطيه